So this is your Coastal Maryland and Delaware market update for 2024, April, March, and I'm going to cover a little bit of February too. If this is your first time here, appreciate you coming by. And my name is Rich. I'm your local Coastal Maryland and Delaware realtor. For any reason, if you need to reach out, my contact information is going to be down below in the description. Love to connect with you, help you out if you're looking in the area. But without further ado, let's hop into the market update. We're going to start with the interest rates. All right, so here we are. We are on the Freddie Mac website here. Of course, this is May 9th when I'm recording this. But we're going to look at April. But you can see where the 30-year fix is sitting right now, 7.09%, which actually just made an improvement. Looking back at the chart here, like I said, we'll look back until February. Sitting at 6.63%, but raising up 6.9, 6.8, coming into March. And you can see towards the end of March there, it was sitting at 6.79%. And, we got that sticky inflation. So rates actually kind of were on the rise there into April. And towards the end, we were at 7.17%. And now you can kind of see where we are now. The market took a turn for a little bit better. You're bringing us to almost 7% there, but that's your interest rate there. So let's hop over. Let's actually look at some numbers in the market. Of course, I have, Maryland on the left, and we got Delaware on the right. So let's start with Maryland on the left here. So February, you can see here, days on the market averaging was 51, March 47, then April about the same, 47 days on the market. So it was trending downwards, which makes sense because we're, coming in from the winter into the spring market, which is really right now, in April and May is peak selling season right now. So activity is definitely out there, which you can see from the numbers here. So months at inventory. So this just shows accumulation. So you can see back in February, we're at like 6 months of accumulation, which is actually the highest that I've seen it in a while, which that kind of, depicts a equal market or a balanced market from buyers and sellers. But that usually happens, inventory starts to build, then, come March, it starts to get whittled down. You can see April here, we're down to 3.8 months, which kind of puts you back into a seller's market, or I should say, a lot less inventory than before. But medium sales price, you can see here, February is $399, 136 units sold. Then March, 176 units were sold. Then April, 193 units. And you can kind of see the medium sales price was kind of trending up. It went down a little bit here, but up in the fours there. So Delaware, days on the market, kind of see they were trending down as well. 56 down to 51 in April. Months of inventory, we're at 5.1, now down to 4.4, which they were always a little lower than on the Maryland side, but still pretty low. Medium sales price, 425. Kind of trended up here to 467.5, and think that unit sold 338 and trended up to 480 units sold in April of 2024. So I just wanted to click over here and talk about, so those are the stats numbers. You can kind of see what's happening here. We're in the spring season, inventory was building up, but then sales are happening, increasing, so that's going to decrease the inventory, so because more sales are happening. And I've been seeing that on the ground too, definitely this past started in February really, and it's building up. March was pretty decent, then April was probably my busiest month personally, just helping buyers and sellers here in Coastal Maryland and Delaware. But some little things that I've seen too. So things are moving. It seems, buyers are a little bit more, I would say, pickier, which, makes sense because, prices are holding tight and still appreciating. and the interest rate is on the higher side. So sales are still happening, and if the listing is priced right and the condition is good, that's another thing too. Most people are looking for turnkey. Those are things that are selling pretty quickly for full price, if not over asking. Because I've had a listing. This was back in February. Went on the market, canal front, 2-bedroom. Helped a previous client purchase it in 2020. She was ready to sell. She's going to retire. We ended up getting full price on that one within the weekend. Didn't quite have multiple offers on it, but somebody came in and scooped it up. With that in mind, I've helped 2, 3 to 4 different buyers here recently, and some of the units that we're looking at, some of them have been on for maybe like 30 days, some less, some a little bit more. Actually surprised on some of the units, but a few of them, one in particular I can think of, we actually got a really good deal on that one. It was listed for $385, direct oceanfront unit in Ocean City. Inside was had some updates, wasn't bad, but it wasn't, they had some not so attractive wallpaper, but little changes, cosmetic that's pretty easy to change out. But that was listed at like $385. We got it for $365. So great buy, especially when there was another unit that I saw in another building, a little bit more updated, had it staged beautifully. The rentals numbers were on that one were crazy. Like it was doing like $76,000 gross income, and it was a 1-bedroom direct oceanfront, which is probably the best that I've seen. But that one sold for $425. And the other thing that I've been seeing here is something like one of the listings that I have now in the Century 1 building, which is in Ocean City. It's a high rise. We've been on the market for a while because we started a little bit higher. The building did announce a special assessment coming up. It's coming in about $30,000 to $34,000 special assessment because they're doing a whole exterior facelift, rehaul, something that they needed to do since the building's been built in 1975. So that was announced probably like 3 months ago. And what happened was quite a few more units came on in that building. We're like maybe 2 or 3 listings in there, and now there are 8 listings in that building. Of course, there's like 186 units in the total building. I think some people were going to probably sell anyway, but probably that special assessment, and they raised the condo fee a little bit too. It probably encouraged them, whoever was on the fence on selling, probably encouraged them to put their unit on the market. But I think that's causing some of those to sit, and there's 2 of them that discounted pretty significantly. I think because of the assessment, to either make a deal or to try to really encourage to get a sale quickly or a little bit faster, I should say. And so that's not happening in all buildings. Some buildings are having special assessments, but again, those things are negotiable. Sometimes the seller will, close that out, clear that out, pay it, at a successful settlement. Of course, if the offer on the property is, reasonable, so it's a bunch of different ways to handle that. But that kind of, gives you a little idea out there. So it's a little bit of a mix. The market's still moving pretty well. Like I said, it's just looking at the numbers, days on the market have gone down. Just a little bit more patience if you're selling. Some things are going quickly. Again, if it's in a desirable location, the condition's good, and your price right, and some of these with like the special assessment, especially if it's in a condo building, that can get a little bit more trickier. They're still selling. It just comes down to negotiating, win-win for everybody there. I hope that helped. Gives you a little more of a good feel of what's going on. a little bit more than what you can do by just looking at numbers or some stats. If you need any help, reach out, or any questions, my contact information is going to be down below in the description. Love to help you out. And of course, if this video has helped you out and you're interested in the area, make sure that you first like the video, show some love, but also subscribe so you don't miss any of the content that I come out every week. Until next time, I'll see you soon.